Hello everyone, welcome back. So now we're going to use the class that we created. So let's go back to the class and just run this code. Otherwise the computer is not going to know anything about person. So here we go. So now we told the computer all about the class person. Now let's instantiate a couple of objects. I'm going to create an object called person1 and another object called person2. And you do that by saying equal, assigning to the person, which is the class that I just created, just in the previous in the previous cell, and I'm going to pass those attributes: the name, age, city, and state for person1 and for person2. So let's do that. So now we have two variables. Now let's two objects instantiated of class person. So now let's start doing something. Let's execute some methods. So for person1, let's execute the method introduce. So let me remind you what that is going to do. It's going to return a string that says, hello, my name is whatever the person name. I live in city, whatever city that is, and self.state, whatever state that is. So for person1 is, hello, my name is John. I live in New York, New York. For person2 is, hello, my name is Alice. I live in Los Angeles, California. Okay, so these are different objects of class person. Now let's access some attributes. Remember I was saying age is a little bit different, and I'm going to show you that, how that is. So I'm going to get name by simply putting dot notation with the attribute. And you've seen that in CEIS 110 when we were working with dictionaries and lists. But for now, I'm just going to mention that here you can see it on your very own class, person. So the name you can retrieve with the dot notation. City, the same way. So let me add another one, and I'm going to say person one dot, and if I type age, we know the age is not a attribute because it's underscore underscore age. So if I do that, it's not going to work. But even if I knew that there was an underscore underscore age, because you know how I retrieve city by just putting person and then dot city, that name, all I have to do is dot the name of the attribute. And you know, if I go back, right, that the attribute here for age is underscore underscore age. So if I try to do that, nope, it's not going to let you get it. So I'm going to comment this out so it doesn't keep on giving me errors when I run the whole thing. Okay, so and I'm going to give you a comment. Dot notation, you won't be able to do. You won't be able to. There you go. All right. So when you see my script on my GitHub, you'll remember what this line was. If you want to get age, the only way to get age is by using the method that you created. It's called getAge. This is the way you can allow somebody to get age. So it's a specific way to get it. So the big idea is that you can manage how you can expose your data or how you may need to hide your data that is of nobody's business, that you just want to keep the data internal to the object. Now you got the age, 25. Now let's get the entire set of data, and here I'm even passing age. So I get the data in the form of a dictionary, and that's just the way I decided to do it. If I go back, it was my decision. When I created this method, I decided I'm going to let getData become a method that creates a dictionary and returns a dictionary. The dictionary has key values, name, age, city, and state, and the values of each from the method, from the object, self.name, self.__age, self.city, and self.state. All right, so that's what I got. So over here. So now let's modify some objects. So to modify an object, first I'm going to add age. Boop, it added age. So now I'm going to get the age of that person, person 1, 26. So before the age was 25. Now it's 26. I add age. If I go back to the method, you can see the method. All it's doing is adding 1 with add age. So it's doing exactly what I told it to do. So, but I can also set the age. So it's 26 right now. I'm going to set it, say, oh, wait a minute. I skipped a year. I have to update it to 28. So I go like this. I set age, right? And set age is a setter, right? Let me go and show you what set age is. It's right here. Where did I put it? Set age, right here. It's going to get the new age, and it's going to pass it on. It's going to make it equal or assign it to self.__age. Because self.__age is the attribute that belongs to the object. New age is what you just passed to it. And now that new age that you just passed to the object, you're assigning that value to this attribute that is part of your object. So you set it up to, where were we? To 28. Now let's find out if indeed it became 28. Get age, 28. So it's working. Let's get data. Let's get the whole thing. There it is. John, age 28, city New York, and state New York. Now let's say that John moved from New York City to Albany. So we can set city, right? And now we're going to get data again. And now John is in Albany, right? So these examples demonstrate how you can use the class person. In the next video, I'm going to show you how you can create a child method. I'm going to call it student. And that method, I'm sorry, I misspoke. A class called student is going to be a child class of the parent class person. And I'm going to show you the inheritance properties of object-oriented programming in Python, OOP. All right, so for now, thanks for joining, and I'll talk to you later. Take care.